couple of new names in here.
Right. Anyway, hello guys and welcome to round number 4 of Division 4 for the Liga Europe. We're here at Spain, the circuit, the Catalonia, Barcelona. Your commentary team for this evening, Ivor, Bryn, Mike, and joined with me back again today is the one and only Tun Albanach. How are you doing, Tun?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Looking forward to what could be quite an interesting race tonight.
Yep, I am very much looking forward to this, especially after seeing how the safety cars kind of played a little bit of a role in some of the other divisions tonight.
I think you can claim it was more than a little role in the D3 racing as we had 3 safety cars.
It was a little role. But yeah, with the likelihood of safety cars being increased and VSCs being increased, I mean, we saw it earlier. Sometimes, it has helped guys who were towards the back end of the field get back into the fight of things. And, it has also thrown a spanner in the works, like what happened with yourself, where you're under pressure at the end of the race. And
Yeah, we've got wet qualifying.
We're not even in qualifying, we're in the race.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh, there we go, now it's qualifying. Right, but a nice wet quali for the start of this race, and this will be interesting. I wonder if the actual race is going to be wet as well, because I was praying for a wet race for our div. If Div 4 have taken our wet race, oof.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to watch a wet race as well, though, even one with changeable conditions. Definitely throws a spanner into whatever strategy these guys might be planning.
Yep. Right.
I also get to play around with the new track map that they've added.
Oh yeah. Forgot all about the track map. Full track map. Right, there we go. We got everything set up.
There's an extra thing to be paying attention to instead of actually watching people drive.
Well, the one thing I like is that once I've put everything on that I usually have on, like the telemetry and all that, I can just get rid of the spectator menu.
I mean, I'll occasionally flick between different options on, like, the extra data instead of always showing tyres, but yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
Yep, so the guy who's going to be the first one to start his flying lap will be Ghost Recon, so I'm going to stay on board with him. And while we're doing that...
No, Craigie has crashed on his outlap.
I mean, it is wet conditions, so we can allow him off for that. It's tricky on this circuit, even in the dry, never mind in the wet. As we have confirmation, it's going to be a full wet race.
They've stolen our wet race, Ivor.
Huh?
They've stolen the wet race from you.
They have. I'm actually a little bit tamping. As if I didn't have enough to be upset about. Now I have my red race stolen. But I'm gonna leave it on Ghost Recon a sec while he's doing his lap, and I'm gonna quickly go downstairs to grab a charger a sec, so I'll let you take over for 2 seconds, Ton.
Okay, I'll try.
Don't worry, I'll be in the chat anyway, talking to the people.
Yeah. There's Ghost Recon now coming up. Sector 3 on his lap, so it's like decent banker lap from Williams driver. Especially since still having to feel out what the track conditions are like at this point in time. Now as he rounds final corner with a run down to start finish line, and that's 1:32.9. Next, Jasper coming up to cross the line at set. Oh, or to start a lap even. And Ibo is out on hard tyres. Different choice. And there's Ryan B across the line for 1:32.4. And Sven 42.5, bit off the pace there. And Jasper going a whole second ahead of everyone else, 1:31.2. Good luck from the Haas driver.
Right, I'm back.
And surprisingly, Ibo's on hard tyres, where everyone else is on inters. So
Nah, that's a glitch he's on Inders.
no, he's on hard. Shows it on my screen.
Nah, that's just a visual glitch.
So it's showing it on both his car and in the menu.
Okay, alright. For some reason it said, when I had it on best tyre, it said that he was on the Inders. And then when I flicked through to fitted, it switched to mediums.
Alright, well, something's not right here.
But it is definitely not the time for the hard tyres. However, you know, Jasper going a full second clear, that is a very good lap time there from Jasper.
Yeah, it is. And well, still quite a few people yet to set a laps still.
Yeah, as we got Dave now coming through the final sector. You think he's just setting a lap up? He's setting a lap up.
At least now we can actually tell when people have an invalid lap.
Yeah. As we got Sky in the chat, evening all. And we got Frankie showing support for Jasper as always. A full second clear. As Ghost Recon is saying. Craigie did say that it's supposed to be a dry race. It said dry for him, so I think I got fed misleading information to upset me. because I wanted the wet race.
And everyone's saying he's just testing, so I'm guessing he is out on dry tyres.
Ah, Ibo testing confirms to me that it may go dry towards the end of the session, as we got a Mercedes of Craigie who is in the wall. Dave just about avoiding that. He comes to the second sector split. He's gone purple. I wonder how legit that actually is.
I mean,
Jasper
usually for...
improves
Oh,
again.
Jasper. Yeah. I mean, usually when showing sector times from a spectator, they're usually right. I mean, that's not really high praise of a game, but it's something.
Right, and across
And
the line.
Ibo's saying full wet.
Ibo, is it full wet for the entire race, or is it just in quali that we got the wet weather? As Dave right now is line astern with his teammate Ryan B, who has invalidated his lap. And we got Raj right now. He's dealing with a little bit of traffic right now as he gets ready to start his lap. Might have cost him a bit of time because he couldn't get the perfect run onto the pit straight.
Looking
But
down the tyre charts, looks like Snitsky might be looking to try out dry tyres as well.
oh, cheeky!
So it might be drying up a bit.
Yep,
So
Ibo.
it doesn't look like it is at all though.
Ibo's just confirmed to me that the race for the first 45 minutes is going to be wet.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? We haven't got a full grid here today, so as long as you keep it on track, you got a good chance of some points here.
Yeah. In order to get points, you just have to beat 2 people, which isn't much. And it's not a easy track this, so it's entirely possible for either penalties or small mistakes to make quite a big difference.
Raj goes purple in sector 2, so this could be a good lap from the Renault driver.
And he just loses the back
He's
end.
lost the back end. Conditions are getting very tricky out there, and everyone is putting on the soft and mediums in the pits. And DRS has actually been enabled, so maybe that's why.
Guys, it doesn't look like the rain's actually easing off, or eased off that much. I'm guessing it just wasn't very wet to begin
Well,
with.
it might be a similar situation to what we had last season in D2 here, where it was raining for the entire race, but it just wasn't indoors. Maybe that's what we got in qualifying right now.
Because interestingly, Dom's steering wheel's just starting a flying lap on inters, even though he spent about half this lap with DRS activated.
He needs to get a lap on the board, Dom, but with the conditions changing, he'll have to switch over to the dries.
Because him and Slayer are the only 2 people out on track on inters right now. I'm guessing that Slayer's just finishing this lap and pulling into the pits.
Yep, so right now we have the Haas driver Jasper on provisional pole position, but as we know, when the track dries, the times get quicker and quicker. This is going to be about who crosses the line last, I reckon.
Since dry tyres are not being used, the times are going to change quite quickly.
but there's a lot of people on the soft tyres, which is it's confusing
Yeah.
me with the soft tyre choice.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a wet start, then quality tire doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the wet start.
I mean, also you'd assume if it's a wet start that everyone would be going out on softs. So it's a
Apart
bit,
from Craigie and Ibo at the moment, who
yeah.
are on the mediums and hards.
I mean, I'm the two people still out when enters.
And there we go, Dale. He's 2 seconds quicker than Jasper's time in Sector 1 alone. So this is where we're
Shows,
going to see the times just tumble
yeah.
down. As I think we got the Williams of Ghost Recon. Nope, it's the Williams of Ibo that has
Yeah.
gone off, but staying on board with Dale as he comes to the second sector split, 5 seconds up. Just have a little bit of traffic ahead of him, but he is out of ERS. So there's definitely time out there for Dale to get, because he hasn't really managed his ERS to the best of his abilities, and it's a 25.5.
I think the fact that the first laps in the mid-20s is just showing how slow the track still is, even though it's uh, in dry conditions now.
Yep, I did see that Jasper has gone purple in Sector 1, so that's a good job there from him. As I think he's going to be the next one to actually set a lap, because Ghost Recon invalidated his lap. So we'll stay on board with Jasper, the man who is leading the Drivers' Championship, as he locks up.
Actually, I think it might be Sven. He's coming around the final corner now. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
123.6.
Can Jasper compete with the 23.6? He comes around the final corner, and it's going to be a
21.9.
21.9. What about Ryan behind? 22.1. And we got Dale, who's still pushing, so he does
He has
improve, but
improved. Only jumps up one position.
and Ghost is into the pits. He's calling it a day.
Which is a bit surprising because there's still pretty much 2 minutes left of the track, and the track is just gonna keep getting faster
Well, he has
until the end of the
invalidated.
session.
He did invalidate 2 runs, so maybe.
And Clouded Cloud jumping up to P5, 26.5.
Yep, and it looks like Slayer will be the first one on the outlaps to start this lap. He does have Raj behind him, so he needs to be on it like a car bonnet to stay ahead of Raj.
Yeah, I think he's got a big enough gap behind him, especially saying as so far in this session Slayer has set a faster time than Raj. Raj actually set a purple sector 1.
Yep, so as I said, Raj is on it like a car bonnet, and Slayer needs to be as well.
Although Raj will also have to be a bit careful because Slayer doesn't have to give way to him if they're both on a flying lap.
And
But Raj catches
Slayer
up to him too
has
quickly.
invalidated.
Yeah. And
Raj going purple in the
Smith,
middle sector.
yeah.
And Ryan
And
B with a
Ryan B,
19.9.
So
Great
the
lap there.
track's starting to get towards its fastest now. But still not quite there, and I'm doubting it will get fully there in this session. Raj
And
ran the last
Raj,
corner,
he goes on provisional
19.5.
pole. And we got Sven in third, sorry. And now we're looking at Jasper to see if he can challenge pole position. He needs 2 seconds at least, and he
Yes, he
finds it with a
does.
19.4. Brilliant lap there from Jasper, as we got Smitsky, who's invalidated his lap. Not good for the Ferrari driver, as his teammate is now
On
coming around the
steering wheel.
final corner.
Yeah.
And he jumps up into 5th, but Ryan right behind him might be able to get ahead. He goes on pole with a 19.1.
That's a brilliant lap from that Red Bull driver.
Right.
3 tenths clear of Jasper.
Yep, now we got Dave coming around the final corner. Didn't notice, but Ivo got up into 7th, but he's now dropped down to 8th because Dave has gone up into 2nd.
And I think that's the end of qualifying.
Yep, Dale has had a little bit of a spin, but it's all good.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing now.
He doesn't want to stay there because he'll get disqualified.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's slowing down to let people pass, but that's not people, that's just AI.
But yep, Ryan pulling out the lap time when it mattered and was able to put it on pole position, get the best of the conditions. Meanwhile, Dave in 2nd place, not too far off. Jasper in 3rd, who's going to be trying to get past these guys ASAP because he has Raj right alongside him in 4th. And then you got Ryan B in 5th with Sven in 6th, Don Steering Wheel 7th, Ibo in 8th, Dale in 9th, Cloudy Cloud rounding out the top 10. And then we got Slayer, Smitsky, Ghost Recon, and Craigie outside of the top 10. Now, Smitsky and Ghost Recon are going to be fuming at their qualifying performance today.
Well, Slayer probably won't be too happy either, not managing to get a time in on the dry tyres.
Yep. But I mean, I think the thing that we have to pinpoint right now, the driver of the qualifying session is Ibo in 8th.
Obviously. No one else even comes close to that sort of performance.
Ibo is. A wet race, the safety cars being the way they are, Ibo could get the win. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not out of the question.
Because Ibo's one of those guys who can actually call it. Yeah, it's definitely heavy rain. I mean, speaking from...
I mean, you're from... as wet as it was in real life outside my house earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're from Scotland, I'm from Wales. Right? We both know what wet weather looks like. This is a standard routine where we are. But yeah, as I was saying, like Ibo, he's always one who can always call the safety cars. He knows what he does in the safety car phases and that. So he could be one to keep an eye out if there is any safety cars involved here today.
Oh, I think Ibo is possibly one of the people in like all of PlayStation League racing that's been going for the longest time. So,
as Craigie says, I am from Scotland and this is a disaster. No, you should be used to this kind of weather. This is perfect Celtic weather. This is.
It'll be interesting to see how long this rain actually lasts in the race. And it'll be also interesting to see if we're ever going to load it, if I'm ever going to load into this.
Hey, everyone's just doing their strategies. Like, just let them. I mean,
I
it might
think it's
be.
glitched because someone has read it up and now we're like this. It's glitched.
Yeah, we got a glitch lobby.
Woo.
Right. Has someone got a screenshot of what the weather is for the entire race? Because you'll have to do a custom weather.
I mean, it's either that, it'll just set it to full wet for the whole thing. Might be simpler.
Yeah, but if it goes wet to dry at the end, you want that full
Yeah,
wet into period.
yeah.
Then
From
it
what people
does.
are saying, what they could see, it was full wet for the whole time. Because you can only see up to plus 45 minutes. You can't see any past that.
Okay, so Jasper said full wet all race. So is there heavy rain throughout the entire race, or is it heavy rain receding down into
I'd guess because they're just saying full wet that it's heavy.
Ryan? Full clear. Sorry, actually, we're just waiting on Sven now.
Yeah.
Everyone has a tick next to the name
Yeah,
apart
I
from Sven.
wonder if it. Yeah, I wonder if it's him, his connection causing this. So
I don't know. I mean, while we wait, we could talk about. What can we talk about? We could talk about
I don't know.
Aston Martin coming into Formula One in 2021.
Yeah, with Lawrence Stroll buying what was it, 15 or something like that percent stake in the
I
car
think it was like,
company.
20% or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something fairly small for when you talk about someone buying a stake in something. Usually, it's decently
It's
big, but yeah.
broken.
Then
Done.
with Lawrence Stroll buying that stake, he's now, as of 2021, Racing Point will be renamed some variation of Aston Martin.
Aston Martin F1 Racing, isn't it? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just they,
I'll
they,
tell you
they
what.
might feel like chucking Racing Point in there somewhere just because.
This
And
is going to be interesting because Smitsy's left the
I'm
session. Like,
yeah, I was just about to say to the people asking if we're resetting, it's not up to us. There's no point asking us.
yeah, and what was it? What else was I going to say? With Perez, he has been locked down in a contract now for the next couple of years. So
Yeah.
he should still be there when they make the change to Aston Martin,
I
and
think
we know
I think the
Lance
only
Stroll is
I
going to
think
be
the
there.
yeah I think the only thing that would stop Perez being one of the drivers is if he decides to retire before then.
I don't think he would retire. I think the only reason Perez would ever leave is if he gets an offer from like a Ferrari or a Red Bull or
Yeah, which
a McLaren, because
I'm
McLaren
not
could
trying
be
to
competitive again with the
yeah, but
Mercedes
I'm
engines.
not trying to knock the guy, but I don't see that happening with the new generation things stepping in now.
Mm. Well, I'm looking forward to the fact that we will see Aston Martin on the grid again. I mean,
Yeah,
they
but I
were
mean,
title
Red
sponsors
Bull are,
for
yeah,
Red Bull.
I was gonna say
Yeah, and they've
I get
already
the feeling that
dissolved
Aston
their
Martin will,
partnership, haven't they?
yeah.
Okay, so we're just waiting for an invite to the new lobby. But we got some interesting times ahead in real life F1. Obviously,
Well,
Aston Martin and
I'm just looking down what the like the leaderboard, whatever it is you call it here, is, and that Sven got disqualified for information lap.
I mean, he was parked in a dangerous position. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand why the game done it. I mean, he was parked in his
yeah.
pit box, like, sometimes, the car just doesn't start because it's broken. It's broken.
We've got Ibu asking, will Ford ever make an F1 team? Didn't Ford used to
Yeah, Ford used to
do
be an
F1
F1
teams?
team.
I mean, and Ford also badged the most successful engine in F1 history, the Cosworth DFE.
Well, ideally, if you want any of the big manufacturers to come back, ideally you'd want Ford to come back, Jaguar to come back. I would say you'd want Honda
You,
and Toyota to come back, but the only one of those two I could see ever coming back would be Honda down the line.
I mean, Honda are already back.
Yeah, as an engine
They're
supplier, but
uh, it's fairly likely that they might end up taking over Toro Rosso, or Alpha Tauri as I should be calling it now,
do you know why it's called the AlphaTauri?
because that's what their clothing brand's called.
Yep. I didn't think you was going to know that. I
Toro
didn't think
Rosso's the team I support. I'm not gonna
I
not
didn't
know
think you
what.
was up to date with Red Bull fashion.
I'm not. I just YouTube videos, man. Loads of information in them. Yeah, but
What else
I,
could
I
we
I think
talk
that
about?
the
Uh,
the engine manufacturer that we need back in F1's Peugeot. They were great.
do you know what we could talk about now? We could talk
Uh,
about the rugby.
the only problem with that is I didn't really watch any of the rugby.
I did, and your commiserations to Scotland. They tried. They really did try, but Ireland they're just a good team.
I think when it comes to Scotland rugby, saying we tried is the most praise you can give us most of the time.
Hey, look, right? You've defended the Calcutta Cup last season, right? I have faith in Scotland. Especially considering this season you're going to be facing England at home again. So,
Yeah, which means we should win it.
right, have you got an invite, or do you need me to send you one?
Uh, oh no, I've got one. Ebel sent me one.
Right. I mean, I hope you do defend the Calcutta Cup. I really hope you do, because after what happened in Japan, Jesus, I feel bad for Scottish rugby at the moment. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, it's still the sport that we're best at.
What do you mean?
Much better at that than we are. We're much better at that than we are at football.
You could get into the Euros. It's still on.
No, no, we couldn't. We're
I mean,
terrible.
who have you got to beat to get through to the Euros?
I don't actually know, but we're not going to do it.
Because Scott, I know both of the island teams are in the playoffs along with you. And then you got Wales and England who are already there. I know if Scotland win their playoff game, they go into the same group as England.
That's another thing. We're always grouped with England in football.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I understand that. I mean, 4 years ago I was grouped in a room as well. Frankie, there was a glitch lobby and we have to restart with just a race now. So we're just waiting for everyone, and then we'll be readying up and getting ready for what should be an absolutely cracking Spanish Grand Prix.
Oh, we have to beat. Our first playoff game is against Israel.
Craigie, I'm gonna have to
And our
disagree with you
second.
there. I'm gonna disagree with you there. Football is not better than rugby. I'm gonna
It's not
disagree with you there.
Israel, and he's also wrong about what teams we'll have to play. It's Israel. Then, if we win that, either Norway or Serbia.
Yeah, but I mean, his first statement is the one I'm really offended by.
Yeah.
Everyone
Oh wow,
knows
our match
rugby
game.
is a great game.
Oh, wait, the match against Israel's getting played in Hamden. Woo. Not that I care, because that's in Glasgow, and Glasgow's terrible.
So, which side of Glasgow would you prefer? Glasgow Greens or Glasgow Blues?
Neither. I'm not. I'm not a Glasgow guy.
Can you remember the old Pro Evolution soccer games where they just call them Manchester Red,
Yeah,
Manchester Blue, Glasgow
yeah.
Green, Glasgow Blue?
I mean, with the Glasgow ones, that's probably a good idea because, well, yeah, there's a slight bit of, a not too friendly rivalry in Glaswegian football.
I mean, it happens. Like, Rangers and Celtic are the two. I'd say the two biggest teams right now, but I know Aberdeen has popped up here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers is one of the most successful football teams of all time, going by number of trophies.
Hmm.
I mean, most of them are Scottish trophies, but
Hey, trophies are trophies.
I mean, they've won. I mean, it wasn't Champions League back then, but they've won European Cup or whatever it was called.
What is rugby? Just grown men wrestling over a ball. How dare you? There's an art to it. They don't cry on the floor if someone touches their new hairdo. But yeah, I mean, there's always a rivalry when it comes to the big teams of each country. I mean, what was it? You got England, you got the big rival in the north, which is Manchester United against Liverpool, but then you've also got the Liverpool rivalry of Everton and Liverpool, Manchester rivalry of Man U and Man City.
And you're about a million London rivalries.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the most vicious rivalry in London is got to be West Ham versus Millwall. I mean, they had movies made off it.
Yeah.
Green Street. In Wales, it's just Swansea versus Cardiff.
I mean, there isn't really. Wales is in a similar spot to Scotland. There isn't really any big teams. There's just the biggest teams.
Alright, so it looks like we're readying up and getting ready to go into this race. I hope Smitsky has put the formation lap on.
I mean, if he hasn't, it's not our problem.
I know. But I would like to wish everyone in D4 good luck because it looks like it's going to be a very tricky race here.
I'd like to wish you all good luck as well, but I also want an interesting race, so I'm sort of half taking it back.
Well, to be honest, for the combined constructors, we want Jasper and Cloudy to get 1-2.
Yeah.
So go on the Haas.
We're not biased at all, though.
No, I mean, ideally, I want Ibo to win.
Ideally, you want Ibble to get the whole podium to himself, just first, second, and third.
Yeah, what we want Ibo's AI to win the race, right? And then Ibo's character pushes everyone else off the podium so he can have it to himself. Okay, so looks like it's going to be full wets.
I'll look at it. It's not. I wouldn't be very surprised if he enters.
I don't know. I mean, there's occasions where it looks like it's chucking it down for us, and then there's inters for them. So I mean, it's one of those things. But Ryan on pole, Dave in second, Jasper third, Raj in fourth, Ryan B in fifth. It's going to be tasty going into turn one with these 5 guys.
Yeah, especially since it's in the wet, no one's really going to know where to brake.
Speaking of that, I think this is our first wet race, isn't it? For D4.
Possibly. It's also not out of the question for there to be a massive 14-car pile-up into turn 1.
In our case, then, I mean,
It'd
If
make our job easy if everyone just crashes out of turn one.
I just hope that Ibo can win it. Kieran, I just want to see turn one. Well, I think you got a good chance of seeing turn one. I don't know how many times we're going to see it though.
I mean, I think when it comes to the drivers, only Ryan and Dave at the front are likely to see turn one. Everyone else is just going to be guessing.
Yeah, that's going to be another thing. I mean, I don't know how many guys, if any at all, race without the racing line.
And racing line's not all that helpful in the wet, really.
Yeah, but you'd rather have that 3D outline than just spray, you know, just in your face. Like, take it from someone who knows what it was like in Australia. Just going into every corner screaming, "Ah!" As we got a lot of people there disqualified from the formation lap. So here we go. We are getting ready to start round number 4 with the lads of D4. As we go to 5 red lights. Lights out, and we are underway for the absolutely chucking it down Grand Prix. As it looks like Jasper's got a very good start there. He's going to be challenging Dave into turn 1 around the outside. They stay well, and it looks like Ryan B has also made the move on Raj, but Raj fighting back into turn 3, and Ryan going under him.
I'd also like to point out the fact that Smitsky managed to pull off the line without crashing, so well done, Smitsky.
Yep, the curse on last season has gone as Sven is in the gravel.
Yes, Sven's
and
off.
He's been joined by Cloudy. Cloudy's come back on the track. He's taken.
That's a crash.
And as you mentioned,
on that one.
So we got a safety car lap 1, and you mentioned Smitsky getting off the line fine, and Smitsky's the one who got the worst kind of damage out of that.
Not my fault. Either some of the commentators curse, not me. That's just coincidence.
I was wondering then what that dot was in turn 1 right now, but I just realised it was a safety car.
That's a safety car.
I was like, is there a Haas down there? Surely not. But front wing damage for quite a lot of guys. This is a chance for them to have a nice free pit stop, get that front wing changed, and press on with the race. But that just shows the conditions and how treacherous they can be.
Well, it's not even the fact that the conditions are treacherous, it's just as much that the conditions are unknown. The safety car is not actually going to really help with that, because they're not going to be driving at full race speed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if Ghost Nibble would actually have to double stack, but it looks like they got away okay with the front wing, with their front wing, so good for them, as Craigie apologises to Ghost Recon. So maybe maybe a little bit of contact between those two.
Yeah, as people starting to line up behind the safety car. They're going to get to experience the amazing speed of that safety car. It doesn't just slow down randomly for no reason. On Ryan getting 10-second time penalty apparently.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was on board with him, and
I think Craigie getting a 5-second time penalty for hitting Ghost.
I was just on board with Ryan then. It didn't look like he.
Yeah, I didn't see him go off the track.
No, I saw him take quite a lot of curb, and I forget what corner it is. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? He took a lot of curb into turn 7.
The left-hander in sector 2, like the
Yeah,
uphill left. Yeah.
yeah, he took a lot of curb there, but a 10-second time penalty for that's harsh. And of course, Craigie with that contact with Ghost, he's actually got past Ghost as well, so he might have to drop that position back, but he's going to come
He's
into the
going
pits,
into the
but he's
pits.
not going to be able to serve that. Oh, he's actually hit the wall. He's hit the wall into the pits, but he will not be able to serve that penalty. At least I don't think, anyway.
No.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is serving it.
That's a,
But right now, Ibo in 9th. I tell you, he's the one to watch out for. Ibo's going to win this. As we just saw a front wing go absolutely flying in the air, and that is off the racing point of Sven.
yeah, it's picked up a 5-second top goal for that as well.
I mean, I think the safety car will be in this lap, won't it?
This lap or next lap.
I mean, Sven needs to hope that he stays out for another lap, as well as Craigie, actually, so he can catch up. That's Craigie doing a lovely little, a bit of rally in there. Inspired by the Spaniard of Carlos Sainz Sr.
Yeah, you can get rid of him. It's Colin McRae, mate.
Yeah, but we're in Spain, so I thought I'd reference it to a Spanish rally driver.
Yeah, but Craig is Scottish though.
Is Sven gonna come into the pits? He doesn't. He stays
Doesn't
out.
look no.
Craigie
And
picks
Craig
up
has
a.
another 5-second penalty. And Cloudy Cloud is pulling into the pits. I mean, if these first 3 laps are anything to go by, there's going to be lots of penalties in this race.
Yeah, as Don Steerenwheel and Sven gets penalties.
What is going on?
Ibo, keep it clean, mate. With all these penalties going on, Ibo, you can do this. I mean, it was quite a collision at the start of this race that brought out the safety car, so...
Well, it's much bigger than anything that happened in our race.
I don't know, you was at the front, you never saw what happened.
I guess. Yep, safety car is coming in at the end of this lap.
So, I'm going to stick on board with Jasper to see what kind of safety car restart he's going to have. I'm going to go on TV pod camera and look at the visibility he has. And these are at half speed. I mean, even I'm struggling to see Ryan's car up ahead. just at this speed. So and Ryan's gone.
It looks like Ryan got a good start there.
Yep, as looks like Raj and Ryan B was thinking about going side by side into turn one. Thinks better of it. As Ghost gets past Ibbo. Ghost, what are you doing? Don't overtake Ibbo. No, Slayer. Slayer's down the inside of Ibbo. Come on, Ibbo. Hang it around the outside, lad. He's actually gone and done it. He's gone and done it. What a lad. On the inside. Come on, Ibbo. He's let it go.
Ibbo just backs off a bit.
Go back towards the front as this five-man pack. Up ahead, led by
Sven going up the inside of Don's steering wheel into the.
And we got Raj getting past Dave, and here goes Ryan.
Sven has spun Don's steering wheel into the wall and almost spun himself into the wall afterwards.
And Ibbo got a 5-second time penalty I saw there, so it's a tricky one. But Dave dropping 2 positions, and Raj and Ryan B. As Jasper sets the fastest lap. As Ghost goes ahead.
Closing onto the back of Ryan, went to have a look up the inside, but realised he wasn't quite close enough to actually go for anything there.
Yep, and then going on board with Sven because he's going to try it up the inside of Cloudy Cloud. But he does have front wing damage, so Cloudy Cloud should be able to fight back in this turn 3 by here.
Ghost Recon getting past Dale into turn 4. Great move there from the Williams driver. Yeah,
Ghost Recon needs to make these moves ASAP. In fact, he's done very well.
Ben's going really slow. I think he might have just had a spin.
Yep, potentially he's either had a spin, and Dave is around. Dave, actually no, Dave's not around. He's lost a lot of time. Oh, now he's losing his back end. A massive drift there.
Lost, what's that, 3 positions in 2 corners?
Yep. Dave absolutely flustered, acroplaning everywhere. So Dave would be one for us to keep our eyes on, as Ghost now, he does have clear air to try and catch up to these guys, as we do have a bit of a four-way battle.
Right up the gearbox of Ryan.
Yep, and Ryan B also up the gearbox of Raj, so this could be 2 moves made now into turn 1.
It appears like Ryan in first position is running fairly low wings compared to Jasper.
Around the outside, but he has cut the corner heavily there, so he's got to let Raj go.
Bags off to let Raj go.
But yeah, as you just said, it looks like Ryan does have the better straight line speed. He does go purple in sector 1, so we'll see what happens as the race goes on. And it looks like Ghost Recon is starting to close up just a little bit to this fight.
Now Raj ran wide on the exit of turn 5, and that's allowed Ryan B to close right onto the back of him now.
Oh, he is pushing him for that corner.
And dirty air is definitely not helping out that McLaren, especially these treacherous conditions that we've got.
Yep. So that's going to be an issue for these guys. I mean, if you get right onto the gearbox of the car in front, you're not going to see much because of the spray, and also the dirty air. You're not going to
be able to steer much.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's very difficult to really keep it on track when you are right up the gearbox of someone else.
You've got again the two battles towards the front. Drivers in the background both looking to see if they can get a move made, but they're a bit too far away, and the battles are starting to become more of just one battle for the lead now.
Yeah, I wanted just bring something to everyone's attention right now. Raj with his ERS down to 38%, Ryan B 97, Jasper 87, and Mate Ryan on 95%. So Raj, while he's keeping up with these guys at the moment, he's gonna have to do some ERS saving.
Now, from that information, I would guess that Raj is probably running the highest wings out of all of them. As Jasper picks up a 3 second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not going to be helping his race out.
And Don Stoomwell setting the fastest lap of the race, and his teammate not doing well at the moment in 11th, and it looks like
Slayer, right?
Yep, looks like Slayer, he did get overtaken by Dave, so I wonder if there was any contact there, but that corner can always catch you out, especially in the wet. But back up to the front with this four-way train. And it does look like Ryan is actually pulling away from Jasper in the straight line.
Yeah, but since this is a wet race and there's no DRS, it is showing that this track doesn't really have
Ryan
any
B.
straights long enough.
Ryan B getting past
Ryan
Raj.
B up third. Now, as I was saying, this track doesn't really have any straights long enough for you to really pass someone without the aid of DRS, so entirely possible that these four guys are going to struggle a lot to gain any positions unless a driver ahead makes a mistake or something.
Well, this four-way fight is quickly becoming a five-way fight, because look who's on the back of them now. The Williams of Ghost Recon.
And in a sight that we aren't used to seeing in real life, a Williams getting involved in a fight for the lead.
I mean, 4 of the 5 teams that are in the top 5 right now, we're not used to seeing in a fight for the lead anyway recently. We got a Haas, a McLaren, a Renault and a Williams there. The only one we're used to seeing is a Red Bull. But Raj, he has done well to save his ERS, but he is dropping back off these guys ahead.
Yeah, though, since Raj has saved that ERS, I would expect them to start closing in again, though it might just get him stuck in a cycle of catching up to the back of those guys and then having to drop back in order to save battery.
Yep, and Ryan B, it does look like Ryan B does have the better straight line speed to Jasper, but going deep into turn 1, he's just lost all the ground that he made up in the previous lap.
And it feels like Jasper's starting to claw back at the small gap that Ryan had pulled out ahead of him as well.
Meanwhile, Dale and Slayer having a bit of a battle for 7th place. Dave is only just up ahead in 6th, so might be one to keep an eye on. Smitsky, on the other hand, still struggling all the way down in 10th place.
Let's see, as this train that is front of the pack is coming round to get back onto the start-finish straight. Let's see if it's possible for any of them to even think about making a move.
Jasper looks like he's got a better run, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to go for it.
I think it's also just down to the last corner as well. Like, it can be hard enough to follow someone through that in the dry with the dirty air impacting your car, but add this level of wet track into it as well. It's going to be almost impossible to get a better run out of the car head through that
Yeah.
final corner.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm sure Jasper knows that Ryan has a 10-second penalty, but we know Jasper. He's going to want to get it done on track, not through penalties.
No, I think most people would more rather get it done
Oh
on
no,
track than
Jasper!
just do penalty.
Jasper lost the back end, and he's been overtaken by Ryan B. He done well there to catch it, but he has lost the position because of it. And it looks like Raj is going to have a little look down the inside.
He's not quite close enough to go for it.
So Jasper just having a bit of a slide, bit of a back end loss, and it cost him a position. It almost cost him the race actually. So he done very well there to keep it together. But
what's also interesting is that it will allow us to compare the straight line speeds of both the Ryans. See which one of them's running lower wings. And it would appear that they're much the same. I mean,
yeah, it looks like the first phase, Ryan had the better traction. Second phase, Ryan B had a bit of a slipstream to pull in, so.
Which, I mean, I guess you'd expect in these conditions for the car ahead to get a better run. So, I would guess that they're possibly even running the same wings as each other.
Yep, and Slayer and Dale still line astern in 7th and 8th. No one been able to make any kind of moves whatsoever in these conditions. But we'll stay on board with this battle up the top end of the grid as Jasper runs very wide there.
I'm starting to wonder if Jasper's dealing with a bit of tyre wear now, with how it was quite sudden that he just started sliding around a bit more.
From what I understand, is that these wet tyres you can one stop it, though the game does tell you to two stop it. So
well, I believe that the tyres will last about half the race, but
yeah,
you will have to struggle for a couple laps on them to manage that.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering right now if Jasper is starting to get to that point. So I'm just going to stay on board with Jasper a sec just to see how he's coping with the traction. Oh, he's just gone a little bit wide. He's in the gravel, and Raj almost went up
the outside, but not really going to be possible to make a move up the outside into that right-hander.
Well, I want to know if Raj got any front wing damage, because it looked like he may have tapped the back of Jasper there.
Of that I can see, still got his full front wing.
I've got the best camera angle in the world right now.
Nice.
There we go.
Right, you got one pointing backwards or something.
Nah, I was inside the halo.
Yeah. That's not the worst camera angle you could have had.
Oh, it's the worst when you're trying to look for wing damage.
No, because there's camera angles that point backwards.
Yeah, sometimes that can be helpful. We got yellow flag in sector 3, and that is going to be for Smitsky. Smitsky struggling in these conditions, and well, we're getting to that phase now where the tyres are going to be starting to go. For the likes of Cloudy Cloud and Don Steering Wheel, they have another couple of laps, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, the tyres are going to be starting to die off now, but if the drivers are wanting to make a one-stop, they're going to have to struggle on for another couple of laps.
Yep. And interesting thing is that even though Ryan right now he's in clean air, he has the best chance, although Ryan B is all over the back of him. The only other guy I say he's in a good position tyre weight wise would be Ghost Recon, because he's just had clear air to push and catch up to these guys.
Yeah, I know only now his Ghost Recon actually closed to within a second of the car ahead.
Yeah. So we do have the tyre weight coming into play, but I'm not sure what the heating's like on this track in the wets. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the wet, you never really have to worry about tyre temps at all.
I know, but this is just one of those tracks now. But Ghost Recon setting the fastest lap, so proving his pace as Ryan B gets very close to Ryan, but no move made into turn one.
Ryan B still very close to the back of Ryan, doing a good job there to stick that closely through those corners.
She is all over the back of him there. Through turn 4, and
Like, if Ryan B is going to want to make a move, it's going to have to be something fairly aggressive, and I believe that's Craigie causing
yep,
the
that's
yellow flags in
Craigie.
Sector 3.
Joe, I like having the mini-map now because we can actually see
Yeah,
the car that's actually in the sector that's caused the issue.
yeah, it's great. The only
And
issue I have with that is that
Ryan's very
when
close,
you're
he can look for a
spectating
move by
someone,
you.
the only issue that I have with that minimap is the way that it displays what car you're looking at, because it just puts a black arrow underneath the car. It would be better if it just replaced the car on the map with the black arrow, in my opinion.
Oh no, Ryan B gets on the
John Ryan
curb and
B.
that's Jasper gonna go side by side
Just
into the final chicane, guys. Let's not do this.
then Ryan B just pulls out. You don't really want to be going side by side through there. Just slows everyone involved down.
Yeah, but now Ryan B with that straight line speed now should be able to kind of get right back past Jasper. Or
It's like
maybe
with the
not.
aid of Slipstream, Ryan B's not quite able to do it.
Craigie in the pits for Indus. That's
Bold. It's a bold call, but at the same time, he doesn't really have much to lose.
yeah. I wonder if it is going to go to Indus though.
I just have to keep an eye on how he performs. So it would appear like he's losing time since he switched onto those inters.
I mean, Don Steering Wheel is a quick driver anyway. So I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah,
since
he's losing way too much
Craigie
time here,
started his
is he
lap,
not?
since Craigie started his lap, he's lost about 2.5 seconds. I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if when
yellow
Smitsky
flag
restarted,
as Sven is off.
uh, I wouldn't be surprised if when Smitsky redid the lobby if he just said to be full wet for the whole race.
As Ibo up into
Yeah, we've
11th
got
place.
my Ryan at the front jumping into the pits, followed
And
in
Ryan
by
B.
Ryan B, which releases Jasper and Raj, and Post, who
Sven's left the
run off by
session.
themselves. I
So
wonder if
both of
that
the
was a
Ryans into the pits and a fresh set of wet tyres on for May Ryan.
Smitsky, not Smitsky, Craigie spun yet again, picked up some more wing damage. He could probably be jumping back into the pits, and I would guess putting on
And
a set of full
Dave
wet
has
tyres.
Dave has got ahead of Mir Ryan. Are we going to see some team orders here? This will be a turning point if Dave does kind of hold up Ryan to give Ryan B a chance to get past. Meanwhile, Jasper, Raj and Ghost still line the stern.
Jasper appears to be pulling ahead slowly from the cars behind, now that he's not got any dirty air to contest with. I would guess that these three drivers are probably going to be pulling into the pits at the end of this lap.
Yeah, and I think they're going to come out a few seconds behind these two because was it like
Jasper
22 seconds?
Raj is staying out.
And Ghost is in as well. Meanwhile, Craigie is around again. Right, with Ryan and Ryan B coming for the final corner, so this could be quite close actually.
Jasper just left his pit box now. I think with the run that the two guys that pitted earlier had, they're going to be ahead, but it's not going to be by much.
Actually, a free wide. Ryan B actually comes out. He's behind Jasper. And here goes the. Oh no, contact!
Jasper was losing his left side end plate of his front wing.
Yeah, I think Dave was trying to hold up May Ryan for Ryan B, and that's, you don't want to see that because now Jasper could be dropping out of this challenge for the win.
It'll be interesting to see if Jasper decides to hold on with that wing damage, or if he wants to get it repaired at all. Depends on how much time he thinks he's losing.
Well, Craigie once again pitting for a fresh set of intermediates, so.
And again, Raj is staying out.
I'm gonna go on board and see what the weather's like. It's just not in us. Right now, I can see how much Jasper is struggling, and now Dave going to be trying to defend around the outside from Ryan. They're wheel to wheel. And once again,
appears like Ryan's got the move done. Yeah. Dave's not able to hold on to Red Bull with fresher rubber.
Now Jasper down the inside.
Also.
And he's got to let his teammate go. Oh, he's blocking off his teammate, and now Ghost is did look. Oh no, he's dived it down the inside of Ghost. So
Ghost made the move.
Dave really trying to play the team game well and truly right there, but just didn't work out for him. As Raj stays out for another lap. And he's actually set the fastest lap.
On 19 lap old tyres. I really want to know how worn his tyres are, because
and Ryan B has locked up. He's gone very wide at the. Go on, what you gonna say?
I was just saying that from what he's doing, I'm getting the feeling that Raj might actually be trying to non-stop this, even though I don't see that happen.
I mean, he technically can go for the no stop. There's no rule
Yeah, I
saying that
mean,
he has to pit in the
it's
wet.
legal in the wet to go for a no stop, but I don't see the tires lasting that long.
It's not even just that. I mean, now these guys have got past the roadblock that was Dave. That time is going to start to come down. Because fresh set tyres are just going to eat into that time. Even though Raj appears to have some very good pace at the moment, you can see it's already starting to come down. 3 tenths in the past couple of corners. And Ryan B all over the back of Jasper. Jasper, of course, has wing damage, which is why he is struggling to keep up with Mir Ryan.
And
And
Ryan
Ryan
B
B down
having
the
a look
inside.
up the inside.
He backs
Forcing
out of it.
Jasper wide, and Jasper just cutting Ryan B off a bit there.
I mean, that's not really a corner you want to go side by side in.
Nah.
I think Ryan made a smart call there to back out of it.
Yeah, with the lines that they were both taking, it was either back out or both of them crash. And Ryan taking that fastest lap.
Yep,
Raj.
now Raj needs to come into the pits. As Ryan B, he's looking to the inside, he's going for it. But he backs
He's
out
not
last
able to
second.
pull it off though. Interesting, Jasper defending pretty hard here.
Jasper
Obviously
needs
knowing
to.
that if he, yeah, Jasper obviously knowing that if he can't hold this position, he's got no chance of getting it back. Though,
It looks like
looks like
Ryan's going to try
Ryan
around the
might have
outside.
moved on.
Yeah. I mean, it was great, actually. Never mind
He's
it.
ran
No,
wide.
Jasper able
Yeah,
to come
Jasper's
back.
back up his inside.
And all this time, Ryan is just building that gap. It's nearly, oh, there's 3 seconds now.
Yeah, Ryan will be trying to build up a gap big enough so that he doesn't have to worry about that time penalty that he's got hanging over his head.
I mean, it's a big time penalty he's got, though.
Yeah, but these two keep battling the way they are, looking like he'd be able to build up that gap. Yeah, Raj still yet to pit. There's 21 laps in those tyres. Probably not going to be long until that Renault driver starts really struggling with those tyres.
I'm starting to think it's getting close to Indus.
Yeah, the rain does appear to be peeling off, so maybe that's what Raj has been waiting on. Because if this does go to Inters and Raj can make that, then he's gained himself a 20-second lead.
Yeah, which is crucial as Dave is now on the Indus, so...
Yeah.
Well, this might have actually just destroyed Smitsky's chances by here, because he has just pitted for the... Right, so Donson Willen.
Even though the rain is dying off, there's still quite a lot of standing water on that track.
Yeah, we just got to keep an eye on that time between Dave and Slayer. Because there's fresh wet versus fresh Indus right now.
Yeah.
And the Indus are closing in. They're closing in big time. Yeah. It is Indus.
Raj still isn't pitting. If one of the cars behind Raj can undercut him onto the Inters.
Jasper, he could come in, chuck the Indus on and get our front wing change now.
Yeah. See, Ryan's jumping into the pits.
And Jasper's in.
Following him, and there's Ryan B. And Ghost. That whole group's just pitted.
And no speeding penalty, stuff that you'd love to see.
Yeah, so Jasper, obviously, if he's getting that front wind change, he will come out at the back of that group. But he won't be a million miles off of them.
I mean, Ghost does have a front wing change, and I think he had a penalty as well. Five
Looking at the
seconds.
gap, I would assume he had a stop go, yeah.
And Dave has got ahead of him. So Dave, he is on the back of Jasper now.
Yes, this has worked out great for Dave, as well as, I'm assuming Raj, unless he somehow managed to lose a shed load of time on this one lap.
Realistically, Raj would have to spin or something to not come out ahead of
Yeah.
Ryan right now. And here he
And
comes
Raj
into the
finally
pits.
pulling into the pits. That'll be everyone now going to be on the inters after this pit stop.
Dan, there was a glitch lobby at the start. It's been full wet. It's now just switched over to the inters, and we had one
We
safety
had a
car.
safety car. Yeah, we had a safety car from lap 1 to lap 5 or so.
No, lap 4.
Was it?
Yeah, it was lap 4. But yeah, we was a bit delayed at the start due to D3 going over a little bit. That on top of the was a the glitch lobby that we had. It took about 5-10 minutes to get that sorted.
Yeah, but Raj now, 15 seconds clear of Ryan.
Yeah, but Ryan closing in big time.
Yeah, that undercut definitely helping the Red Bull driver to close that gap down about 5 seconds or so.
However, Raj not using much ERS, so he's just chilling on 100%.
Raj not using what Martin Ryan is pushing to try and close that gap down as much as he possibly can.
I've just jumped on board with a battle just so we can see some action. So everyone is a bit spaced out. We got the Ferrari Adon steering wheel on the back of Cloudy Cloud, and behind him we've also got his teammate Smitsky on the back of Dale. And Ibo's in the pits. No, Ibo.
I think if you hadn't gone on about him winning, he would have won. Ibo's got on to hard.
Ibo, this is not the call. This is not the plan. Ibo, no!
And now Ryan sitting. That's stopping Ryan being immediately beat. So, yeah, so the track's definitely getting faster.
I'm not paying you overtime. Son, we're not getting paid overtime.
You're not paying us at all, mate. Come on. I think you owe us for hours worked.
We want to be paid in Scottish pounds. That's legal tender. As I think Ghost is gone. No, not Ghost. Zibbo. Zibbo on those hards.
Yeah.
It's not the call, Zibbo. Right now, though, the only battles we got is the battle between Cloudy and Don Steering Wheel and the battle between Dale and Smitsky.
If you hadn't corrected yourself there, this be assuming that Dave made some calamitous mistake.
I mean, Dale, Dave, like, yo, sometimes mistakes happen. I'll tell you what though, Ryan B looks like he is closing in on Mir Ryan.
And so, Mir Ryan doesn't appear to be closing in on Raj anymore, so unless Raj makes a mistake, he's pretty much won this now.
Well, Mir Ryan also has that 10-second time pen.
Yeah.
Which I think that Ryan could get that removed at the end of the race.
Yeah, it's possible. Depends on how nice the stewards are feeling.
I don't know. Can the stewards give me a couple of points?
I think it just depends on how many sacrifices have been made to them this month.
As Don Steamwell goes to the inside of Cloudy Cloud. Wheel to wheel, Cloudy Cloud hanging it around the outside. And guess it done.
Cloudy
Cloud
was already ahead, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was slightly behind when they were halfway through turn 1. That's why I was impressed with Cloudy Cloud just sending it straight around the outside. Lovely stuff. And besides, we need Cloudy Cloud to do the job.
And now we've got Ghost Recon starting to close in on the back of Dave for P5.
Yep. Smitsky gets past. Oh no, the contact's made.
No,
Contact made and wing damage for
wing line
Dale.
Dale, possibly even for Smitsky.
Nah, Smitsky got away with it. I don't know, with these indoors conditions now, people are going to be tempted to go for it a bit more often. As we got Ibo.
Sector 3, that's Ibo.
Ibo.
Ibo getting a 10-second time penalty because the game doesn't like people being off the track for too long.
Is Sven still... yeah, Sven's not back in his car, so Ibo technically is still in 12th.
Yeah, because Sven disappeared in about lap 10. And Ibo jumping into the pits again, I'm guessing to go back onto inters.
We got Ghost all over the back of Dave. We got Ryan B closing up to Mir Ryan now. It's less than a second.
Yeah. So it's like we're starting to get some more... I don't really want to say this, but we're starting to get some more important fights going on.
I know Smitsky forgot to tell you, ask if you was commentating tonight, Joe, but
yeah.
I mean, you can't disrespect his battle like that. Smitsky does get past.
Making the move.
Oh no, he's gone wide.
I think he might have been tapped wide a bit there by Dale. Possibly Dale feeling a bit hard done by the contact earlier.
Yep, as Ghost Recon closing in on Dave. No move to be made yet though. As Ryan B slowly cruising up to the back of Mir Ryan. Meanwhile, Raj, fantastic strategy from him just to stay out on the wets, take the pain.
Yeah, though he lucked out that it didn't take even just a lap or two longer to get to these conditions, because he would have been stuffed if his tyres had gotten a bit too worn.
And now I'm going back on this battle with Smitsky and Dale, and Smitsky moving to the inside, trying to get to a little bit more slipstream before he tries to make the move. And he doesn't go for it. Meanwhile, Ryan B over the back of Mir Ryan, so this could be a battle. I know Smitsky has made the move on Dale, but we gotta stick with this battle.
Possible move into turn 1 here. But I would guess that the gap's a bit too big.
Yeah, he's just not closing in enough. What about Ghost on Dave?
Ghost definitely closing in, but he's just started from too far back.
And then we got this battle between the Ferrari of Don steering wheel and the Haas of Cloudy Cloud.
Don steering wheel getting a bit loose there through the chicane, so that's
he's lost a lot of time.
A reprieve. I've got Larkin in chat saying all 14 drivers still going. That's not entirely true. We
Yeah,
have had
Sven is
Sven just leave.
disconnect. Oh, he left.
And I think Craigie has either disconnected or left as well, possibly. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's just because he's got a car catching up behind him that he's posting.
yeah. If he's about to be lapped, he's gonna ghost.
Yeah.
Stay on board with him. But I'll go back up to the front because Ryan B, once again, on the back of me, Ryan for second place. He's just not closing in quick enough.
He's he's closing in. It's just that gap's just staying too big, and Ghost's not going to have a chance to overtake Dave here either. So.
Don back up on Cloudy Cloud though, so possibly, maybe if he gets a good enough run out the final corner. Mark, I've had the same thing, but don't worry, I've had relationships last less than this as well. But here we go, Don steering wheel, he is closing in, just not enough. If we go back up to the front for Ryan B versus Mir Ryan. Gary, we had a glitch lobby at the start of the race. Literally everyone in
at the start as well.
Yeah, literally everyone in chat. How is this still going? It's been wet for the entire race. It takes longer to get around a lap. Leave him alone. But yeah, we've had a lot of delays in
and
today.
Smitsky picking up a 10 penalty.
Yep, it's not good for Smitsky because, well, actually, to be honest, it doesn't really matter for Smitsky. He's in no man's land. But at least he did make it around turn 1 this time.
Oh, your flags.
Smitsky. I had to say something.
So that's both commentators curse Smitsky this race.
Well, I said at least he made it around turn 1 this time.
Yeah, but as soon as you were talking about him, he spun.
He was going for fastest lap. It's his own fault. Poor Smitsky.
Let's see his battle for seconds, getting towards the start finish straight yet again. Let's see if Brian B can manage to get this move done.
Yep, he's only got 2 more laps to get it done. So if he's going to make a move, it needs to be ASAP right now.
Now, this is the closest he's been, but I still don't think it's close enough.
No. Well, here's the thing. Do you think Ryan B is just going to be content with the penalty that Ryan has?
I would, if he knows that the Ryan and Red Bull has the penalty, then probably. But I'm not entirely sure if he will know.
As we got Kieran in the chat supporting his teammate, telling him to hold on. So we've got yellow flag in sector 2, which is
I think that's
Ibo. We got Ghost all over the back of Dave, so we could see a few moves into the final lap as Don Steamwell down the inside of Cloudy Cloud squeezes him onto the curb and gets past the Haas driver there on the penultimate lap. So good job there from Don Steamwell to get that move done, but Dale and Smitsky resume their battle. As I'm going to go back on board with Ryan Beeks. This is going to be a last chance effort, but yeah, it looks like he has got a better run. He is closing in.
At some point he's closing enough to make the move here.
He's got to go for it. And Ghost Recon picks up a penalty. How crucial is that going to be with his battle with Dave? Ryan just
and
running.
Again, Ghost grabbing loads of time back from Dave, but just the gap was too big in the first place for him to actually claw it down to nothing.
As Smitsky and Dale swapping positions again, and they got Raj on the back run.
3-second time penalty.
Yeah, that's not good for Cloudy Cloud. He's already dropped 2 seconds back. Gonna go on board with Raj as he's coming on the final sector.
Chicane.
So, finally to end this race, it's gone on for ages, but Raj comes around the final corner to pick up all 25 points here, as we got Ryan versus Ryan for second, and it looks like Mayor Ryan is going to hold on, but who actually has fastest lap? It's going to be Jasper with the fastest lap for the time being. Ryan B will get, due to the 10-second time penalty that Ryan had earlier, and Jasper gone. Yep, as Ghost picks up a 3-second time penalty. So who's going to get ahead here? It's going to be Dave. As we got Dale and Sven, who is not here. So Sven, don't count him as 12th, is Ibo. Or maybe we could say, no, don't count everyone, and then Ibo wins.
Yeah, we can do that, right?
I don't know, let's leave it up to the chat. As Don comes across the line to pick up 8th, and Cloudy Cloud will come in 9th, and then Smitsky will be the last one to cross the line, and he'll pick up 10 points. But
I won't. He'll pick up 3 points.
Okay, if I say he's going to pick up 10 points, he's going to pick up 10 points. He picks up 3 points for 10th place. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I know, but if he gets to pick up 10 points, that means he's got to be getting more points than everyone. You wouldn't be happy with that if you're just handing out the points.
No, Ibo's getting 25 points. But the man on the top step of the podium is Raj, and it all came down to the strategy. He stayed out long on the wet tyres, waited for the crossover period, and he just got a pit stop advantage over everyone else and just kept it.
Yeah, Raj pulling out a fairly smart call there, even though it's a bit ballsy to try and go for a strategy like that when you're not no actual idea when that crossover point's going to happen, if it is at all.
Yep, and of course Ryan B keeping it clean, and he had some good pace. He might have been able to challenge Raj if Raj did not pull out that wieldy strategy. Jasper, he's going to be a little bit upset that he wasn't close at both of the Ryans, but he did have that front wing change, which did kind of cost him a little bit. Mir Ryan is going to be upset with that 10-second time pen, which could get removed because I don't know, it looked harsh in my eyes. And then, of course, Dave and Ghost. What was you going to say?
I was just saying Jasper at least has the consolation of getting the point from fastest lap as well.
Yep, and we got Slayer, Don Steven Wheel, Cloudy Cloud, Smitsky, and sorry, Don Steven. I forgot the order now. Hang on, let me just rewind it. Right. forgot the order, but don't worry. It's all good. Apparently, it's still. I went back 10 seconds on the video and it's put me back into qualifying.
uh, so everyone complaining this race went on forever. It went on for less than 10 seconds, guys.
Yeah. Confirmed. But yeah, it was a long race, but sometimes glitch lobbies happen. We restarted it and it was just a full red race and we had one safety car, which is actually quite good because we was expecting a few more with the safety car, being that he was in a full wet condition. Anyway, that was a very long race. I'm absolutely tired, so I think I might go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to go and sleep for a week.
Yep. So, thanks for joining me today, Ton, and thanks to everyone in D4 for giving us a great race, and we'll catch you next week for, as you can see on the screen right now, the Monaco Grand Prix. So until then, guys, have a good one, and peace.